you doing, everybody? Randy Richard in the shop. Well, today I forged this out. This was a piece of 1.5 inch 4140. Forged this down to be about 1 inch thick. I'm making a Tong Die designed by Jayce over at Farmstead Forge. But what he forged it, I think, and I welded it and stuff. Well, I'm going to make it out of one piece. It ended up being about 5.5 inches long and about 1.75 inches wide at the widest spot. We're going to go through a little process of just kind of cleaning it up first and then bringing it to size after we get it all clean and squared up. What I got in here is 1.5 inch 3-cutter TPG inserts. I think it's about 20 per pass. No, I need to watch it. Not as much. And that's, I think, why Jayce made it and came up with it. So I also made a set of drawings for Jayce. So we actually have a real set of drawings for it. And if you just email me, and I will be happy to send you the drawings. My knocker. So like after 25 bucks. Under 1 inch, 897. 897. We're nice and parallel, so we don't really need to go any more on that. And we got a miss strike here, so see how, like I said, we only need 3.5 inches. If I cut that square, I can cut that off and get rid of it. So I'm going to take it to the bandsaw and we're going to clean up the ends. Alright, we sawed off the ends with the bandsaw. Now we're just going to clean those ends up. 3.5, but you know, it doesn't need to be exact on that. So I think I'm a little over. I'm at 3.688. I think that will just be fine. I'll go check it on my die real quick. Yeah, I just checked it on the die on my power hammer. Oh, by the way, this is for use on the power hammer, and it's almost it's just a smidge over, maybe 20 thousandths longer than the die. So this is just fine. We're looking for 1.25 on the width. If it's a little bit off, that's fine. And this is for blacksmithing, so it's right now it's 1.5, a smidge over 1.5, and so we're gonna put it on there, and we're going to take it down a bit. And flip it over. Quick deburr. Okay, we are at 1.457. Flipped over. It's awesome. Deburr it, and we'll be good. Came out really good. We're a thousandths over 1.251, and we're a little under on the thickness, but that's okay. It's only 10 thousandths, so we're just fine. Now we're going to cut down in here over to here and up, and we have a notch. Like, I think I'll probably cut the notch out first, put it on edge, and we'll go down. Now this is going to be like a 45, and then over here. So, well, my mic wasn't on for all the first part of the video, so now hopefully this is a little bit better. Anyway, I've marked out the cut. See, we're going to cut this here. I don't know if you can tell, but I'll cut down here and over here, 1/4 of an inch deep. This will be at a 45, and then through this center section here, we're going to cut all the way through. Here, I'll turn around. We're going to cut through the center section down 3/8 of an inch. I think we'll cut the 3/8 part first, and then we'll come in and do that. And this I've marked here away. When it's on the power hammer, this side is the angled cut side is away from you. And your die, this really length depends on your die on your power hammer. Make it the same length as your die. You know, this width here on the drawing is a 1/2 inch. So 1/2 inch, or if you wanted to make it a little less, you could, or a little more. No matter how much room you think you're going to need in there. So anyway, that's what we're going to do. So we're going to mill this part out first. All right, I got a 1/2 inch end mill in, and I've come over, and I'm going to make mine a little bit thicker because I made this a little longer, and because I can. I still end up with the same width as the drawing inside here, about 2.5 inches. That 1/2 inch end mill is going to take too long. It's kind of dull. So I went to an inserted 1 inch end mill, and I I can remove a lot more material, and we could do this a little bit quicker. Not too bad. We'll deburr it. That'll be really good. All right, we're set up to cut this. I'll cut the majority of this, and then I'll tilt it and clean up that 45. Using this 45 B block here. I got a whole set of these I made a long time ago. Let's put that there. Set that down in there. Clamp it in. We're not doing much milling really, so we're going to use this little 3/8 cutter I have already set up. There we go. Cleaned up. We'll do a little deburr. Be awesome. I think that looks pretty doggone good. It will sure work on a power hammer. And we'll have a plate we have to mount on the end to lock into my clamp. Okay, this is all cleaned up. I've got all the dye off and all that. I softened this edge here. Now I just used, I have a Scotch-Brite wheel, powered one over there, so I just did that, took all the burrs off and just kind of buffed it up a little bit, and that looks awesome. And this plate will go on the end. I'll weld this on the end, and that's my mounting plate in my clamp over there. We'll show, I'll get all this done and show you, and hopefully show you how it works, right? Even though Jayce is far better at making tongs than I am. But anyway, we'll get this cleaned up, welded on, and then I can demo. And I'm going to heat treat this also. So I'm going to weld this on before I heat treat it. This is just mild steel, so that really won't affect anything. But we can get this so this is hard. All right, this is the bottom anvil of the power hammer. Now this is the frame I made to hold the dies I'm building for this. So here it's just a 1/2 bolt. This is 1 inch by 3/8 material here, and I had to start with a little thicker material. So I machined off one side a little bit to get it so it was at least 1/4 of an inch below the top of the die. Now right now in here, now this is, I drilled and reamed that for a dowel pin, 1/4 inch dowel pin. And I have a dowel pin ground to a 60-degree point at like a center punch. This goes on here. This goes on here because we need to put a hole in here. And then just tighten this up. Right? See, so now this is all snug and this is sitting on the die. And I'm just going to whack that, and that's going to tell me where I need to put the hole. There we go. There we go. That's where I need to drill I drill it one size over so it has plenty of room. This is just a retention pin. I'll pull this out and put a regular dowel pin in, and I don't attach it because if I have something that's different thickness in here, this is just 1/8 inch. If I put something in that's 1/4 inch or even thicker, I can adjust the pin and just tap it in a little bit. And when I tighten it, it's still all the way through this material and it will adjust itself. So anyway, that's my reasoning there. And it seems to work. So it seems to work quite well actually. Because I made a whole set of kiss blocks for it and I was using it the other day. So this is going to be a really nice jig. Alright, I replaced my center punch pin with just the regular dowel pin. These are just 1/4 inch by 1 inch dowel pins. So this is the dowel pin that was in there. I just ground a 60-degree point on the tip as a center punch. So that was what I was using. Now this just drops on here. Now, there's some reliefs I milled in the side of this. For the bolts, and I turned these heads of these bolts down a little bit smaller so I had better clearance and plenty of thickness in here, so this sits on nice. Now it can go on either way, just whatever way you feel like or you need it to be. So we'll back off that screw, hopefully big enough there. Okay, and then when the hole I drilled is 17/64, and we'll drop that in. And then that will go onto the pin, and then when I tighten it, you see there's a gap. That's because of the pin, and we'll just snug this up a little bit, and the pin will push back out to wherever it wants to be, and you're good. Tighten it down. The die sits nice and flat on the on the other die, I should say. So the Tong Die, and it's ready to use. All right, we're ready to do the heat treatment on the Tong Die for the power hammer. And what I've done is I've coated this with Condor Seal Z1100. This is kind of hard to get, and I can't remember who I ordered it from, but anyway, it took a while to get, and it's kind of expensive. It says Rock Blade up here. That's not Rock Blade Kilns who makes it. It's a foreign product, I believe. It's not made here in the U.S., but it does work really good. Now, this is a quart, and you put it on, though. What I have found, I've been using it for a little bit now, and you put it on really thin. And I just I put a glove on. The stuff's kind of nasty, the fumes wise, so it's kind of nasty stuff, I guess. But and I just wipe it on really thin, as thin as I can get it, basically. And I coat the whole thing, right? And what this is for scale prevention, and it works really well, actually. And so now I also have here a couple small knives I'm making right here, and I've done the same thing to them. Now, yeah, you put it on, and then I set it aside, let it dry thoroughly. So these have all been coated, and we're going to heat treat all of them. This is my heat treat oven. I use a Hot Shot 1200 from Stan Zankowski, made mine. I'm all ready to go. Now, since I got mine, I changed my controller I upgraded it. He had a Novus one in there, and but I have upgraded mine to the November 20K 48, I think it is. These ones here are programmable through like your phone, or I use an iPad, Bluetooth connected, and it's way simpler to program that way. You just go through your do your program, save it, and send it to the controller. So I have a program already in here for 4140. All right, we have it on program 2, and then we're going to tell it to run. There we go. And I have the initial set point set here at 140 because it was 136 degrees in there. Because I had it on with a previous program, and then I realized I had the wrong time period in for the holding, and I wanted an hour, and I only had 20 minutes, so I had to go back and change it. So it warmed up a little bit. So now it's going and warming it up. This is the process variable on the top, and this is the output, and let's see, get it here. So it's on 30 minutes to get it up to the 1570 segment right now. So 30 minutes is going to be 1570, then it's going to hold it for an hour at 1570, and then I'm going to take it out and quench it. Then after the quench, down below I have a little toaster oven that I've modified with. I took the old controller out of here and I mounted it and installed it on this toaster oven, and calibrated it with thermocouple and all that. And so I'll turn that on to the temperature, which is going to be 400. And so after we're done quenching it, we'll throw it in there, and we'll do 2 cycles of 400 degrees in the temper oven. And so with 2 hours, we'll take it out. We'll just let it air cool, and then we'll put it back in for another 2 hours and such. And then it should be done. And then we'll have to clean it up a little bit. Okay, time's up. This out. Oh boy. That'll be a little tough. Should have tried this before. I was going to drop it in. It'll be fine. Should have tried it before. I kind of questioned whether that was going to fit or not. I should have hung it on a wire. But we'll fish it out. Got it. Huh? Took a couple tries, but got it. Alrighty. I know it looks like scale, but that's the coating. It kind of burns like that, and you got to clean it off. It's really not scale. I have it set down at 400. It's right around 60. Rockwell. So we'll stick it in there. And it can cook for a couple hours, then twice. All right, over here at Power Hammer, and this is all out of heat treat and buffed up with a conditioning belt on the 2x72. Looks pretty darn nice, all cleaned up. And of course, I welded on the back plate was welded on before we heat treated it, or the mounting plate. But I softened the edges real nice right here. So I might have to soften that one a little more. We'll see how it goes. But it's ready to go. So this is the clamp, right? I think I showed that already. Anyway, this is a few days later, guys. So this drops in. That hole is just a little extra helper retainer, you might say, right? And this clamps right in. Got a wrench here. I might make up something a little nicer than the wrench thing, but for now, I think the wrench will work. I've already tried it out with kiss blocks. I did make a set of kiss blocks for it. You know, not in the nominal sizes. And these work awesome. They just slip right in here also. You know, just drop right in. So I think it's 1/8, all right, 1 inch, 3/4, 5/8, 1/2 inch, and then 3/8 and 1/4. I stamped on them what size they are. So yeah, and you know, if I need to make a special one, they're easy to make, and I just put a bolt through them to hold them together to hang them on the power hammer. The pin down here slides in and out. It's a press fit, so when you clamp it, it will adjust to whatever thickness this piece is. If I put in one here that is 1/4 inch thick, it would. I can just tap the pin in, and then it will self-adjust when I tighten it. Okay, this will be the bit part right there. Alright, I put a previous ding in it on the anvil, and then so I know about 1.5 inches, so I'm just putting it up to that notch. There, down to 3/8 of an inch, nice and quick. Now I'll take it to the anvil, straighten that out a little bit. What I'm going to make is this is a set of V-bit tongs. Now this is Jayce Fulbright's design, and I drew it up for him. So we're giving away the drawing. We're not charging for it or anything. That's why I made mine, obviously. But Jayce made these V-bit tongs right here, and I want to make another set, but a different size. So these are made for 3/4 sucker rod, and yeah, so I'm going to make basically the same thing. Alright, this is the first one anyway, and then we're going to swing it over about on the angle using that bit, and get my edge over. Get my set down done, and I come back over here. Like that, huh? Now we'll have to do a little filing work on that, and I'll have to do a little anvil work, but boy, that made that quick and easy to get everything kind of set. This is the first time using this, so you got to bear with me here. I think this is an awesome idea, and it's going to work really well for quickly forming up the rough part of your tongs. I'm not going to go through the whole tong making here. I just want to demonstrate the use of the jig or the die for making tongs. So far, it works excellent. That one did a lot better. I got it a little closer and tighter up in there, and that worked a lot better. So we got the rough part, kind of done there. So we'll take this off. I straightened it up a little bit on the anvil real quick, but there, about an inch or so, to do a set down on the hinge or the boss. Well, that's roughed out pretty good, and I could just leave it there for now, but I'll turn it around, I'll draw the reins out, and then refine the boss. But hey, that's pretty quick to rough out a set of tongs. I think the die is a great success. Yeah, so that goes on there, drops in there, goes in the pin, tighten it up. And then you can also take it, like I said, kiss block, drop it in there, tighten it up, and they're ready to go. Like I said, the kiss block idea is great for the clamp, but this video is about the Tong Die, and that works awesome. Just goes in, tighten it up. So, thank you, Jayce, for designing that and doing a great vid. He did a really good video on using this, and I just wanted to show actually making it and all that good stuff. So if you want a set of drawings for this, it's just one drawing, send me an email and I'll send it off to you. RRINTHESHOP@gmail.com. Thank you everybody for watching, and I do have membership on my channel if you'd like to support the channel. Alright, I roughed about, I ran out of battery, so I didn't get the, forging out or drawing out the reins or anything, but overall they're 18 inches long and they're roughed out. I will do a little more work here. I got some file work to do to fix up the bosses a bit, and I need to make the V-bit on the bits here. So that will have to be another time, but another day or something. But this video is about the die, but I'll just thought I'd show you what I did pretty quick here on this. So the die works awesome. Thank you, Jayce, again. Talk to you guys later.